Please go wild and go crazy. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Shawn McLoughlin.
I want my audience sober. I want them scared. If this mic stand wasn't here, this is an ISIS beheading. But I really... And I like that. There's energy in the room because people are genuinely feared for your lives. And I am as well. I don't know who the fuck you are. I turned 30 last year, and a lot of my friends are turning 30, and they can't handle it. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic. They keep saying things like, I can't be 30, I don't feel like a grown-up. Well, that's not how life works, you fucking plum. Just because you don't feel like something doesn't mean you're not something. I don't feel like a tax avoider. It doesn't change what I am. That's why I'm wearing the suit, you know? Yeah, that's why I wear the suit. Because you've got to bring maturity back at some point. Also, I just want some respect for once in my life, actually. 30 years of age, never had a shred of respect apart from when I wear a suit. Every time I wear a suit, people say nice things to me. They go, right this way, sir. They go, not guilty. It's nice. Do you want to know the truth? I'm the happiest I've ever been as a 30-year-old. That's the truth. Not because my life's improved in any way, shape or form. I've just finally lowered my ambitions enough that they fit this. And it's a pleasure talking to you tonight, and it's a pleasure being able to do this show for you. But this was never the dream, you know. I'm like a Roald Dahl character on a come-down giving away my wares. You know, I thought I was a genius. All through my teens and 20s, I thought I was a genius. Despite all evidence to the contrary, I thought I was a great mind. Despite being described by one of my university professors as, and I quote, the worst student I have ever encountered in life or fiction. Right, fiction. But that was the old me. God, I was ambitious back in the day. I'll tell you that right now, I was ambitious. I used to wake up every day, I used to say, I'm going to write a great novel. Every day. Now I wake up, I go, I'm going to write a good TripAdvisor review for KFC. There was too much hair in that coleslaw. It was Joseph Conrad, he was my hero. Joseph Conrad, don't know if you know who he is. 20th century author, incredible, incredible, maybe the best who ever lived, and I saw so much of myself in him, so much. Obviously he's dead, he's Polish, he's a sailor. I was a suburban teenager, I worked in Shoe Zone on Saturdays, but we were the same. We both saw through the bullshit. We both stared death in the eye and lived. Him, a bullet in the chest on the docks of Marseille. Me, an asthma attack on the monorail at Chessington World of Adventures. We were the same. I believed it. I used to sit in my room and write and write and write. And I would go to parties and I would say to people, you know the biggest problem in my life? I'm always going to be compared to Joseph Conrad. I used to say that to people. Let me give you some context, right? I wanted to be Joseph Conrad, greatest novelist of all time. 3 weeks ago, I had to delete a tweet because Radio 1 DJ Nick Grimshaw had made the same joke, okay? I've nothing against Radio 1 DJ Nick Grimshaw, but he is the thickest piece of pig shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And if he didn't look like a model, we'd make all his money on fruit machines, all right? There's a good vibe in this room. I think we're off to a good start. Let's give you some context, right? I'm going to read you a quote from Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Genuine, maybe the greatest book ever written. Probably the second greatest, I think. What greatness had not floated on the ebb of that river into the mystery of an unknown earth? The dreams of men, the seed of commonwealths, the germs of empires, always flowing into the heart of an immense darkness. Wow. I'm now going to read you the tweet that I had to delete. What's my penis got in common with Brexit? No one wants it hard. Where did it all go? Where did it all go? All those dreams. I thought I'd be a great man, and here I am, playing to a crowd so small. I don't even need the mic. I don't need the mic. I'm recording a fucking special here. I could have recorded this special in the Stone Age. You know how that makes me feel? All those years, all those dreams, all that potential. Potential. People used to say that about me. They used to say, God, you've got potential. No one uses that word anymore. No one, unless it's followed by liability. No one. It slips away. It slips away, youth. You have it and then it goes. 1 minute you're 19, you're smoking spliffs in your bedroom, you're saying things like, Kings of Leon can change the world. Before you know it, you're 30. Man from EDF Energy's knocking at your door, you're pretending you're Spanish, you don't have to give a meter reading. You know, it fucking goes. I can remember my dad when he was my age. I'm at that age now, I can remember my dad as a 30-year-old. He had more about it. That whole generation had more about them, actually, I admit that. Like, I am tired. End of sentence. All the time, every minute of every day, I'm tired. All the fucking, I've been like that for 10 years. 10 years I've been tired the whole time. Turns out, all I eat is bread. I found this out very recently. So all you eat is bread. So now all I eat is spinach and beans. That's all I eat now. And you know what? I've got a bit of life in me. But it's no better, my existence, because I'm now wiping my arse genuinely 90 minutes a day minimum. Minimum. But that's neither here nor there. I used to wake up for school 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'd go downstairs and my dad would just be sat there awake. Totally awake at 7 in the fucking morning. I've never been this awake. Well, once. I'd done so much coke. I'd done so much. I thought I could smell Finland. I was off grid. I think about that image a lot. My dad at the breakfast table, dressed, awake, reading the newspaper. My dad would read the whole newspaper cover to cover before work. He wouldn't flip out. He wouldn't go ape shit about the news the way we do today. He was reading hardcore stuff, you know, war, famine, economies collapsing. He just went, ugh. That's it. That's class. That's composure. I read one thing on Twitter in the morning, I'm punching the wall in anger. It's not even news that I'm reading. It's what? There's no Asian actors in the new Purcell advert? Nothing. Nothing. It's the phones, man. It's the fucking tech. It's the phones. Ruined my life, the phones. Ruined it. I thought my adulthood would be adventure. Sailing the seven seas. It's just my phone and my sofa. That's all my life is. My phone and my sofa, that is all I am. 90% of my day is my phone and my sofa. I'd be ashamed to let my Sims live the way I live. I really would. And we know it's bad for us. We know it's bad. In our bones, we know it's bad for us. It's sending us mad. We know it is sending us... If you were to go back in time 20 years and explain what was happening now with the technology, you'd be locked up on the spot. You'd be deemed insane. You know those people who scream on street corners? And I know you know them. Because you passed 4 of them on the walk here, I'm sure. I used to ignore those people. I listen to every one of them now. I don't think they're mad. I think they're time travelers. I think no one believes them. 1999, imagine hearing this on the street. Listen to me, I'm from the future. My phone's in my pocket. It's also my compass and my mirror. I'm not mad. There's no more Blockbuster video. There's a thing you subscribe to. Every film and TV show is there, but they're all made by sex offenders. You have to believe me. The president's an orange. The Virgin train toilets, they tell jokes. There's a thing. It's called Amazon. It's a shop, but it's in the air. Space Argos. When's it going to end? When's it going to end? I walk down the street and all I see is the split. All I see is the split. Feels like for half of us, I think, here's my theory, half of us want to keep going forward. Faster living, more technology, more machines. Half of us want to go back. They want the world to be like it was 50 years ago. And both teams are winning. They're both winning. And inexplicably, we are the most forward-thinking and backward-looking country in the world at the same time. Where does this end? This bizarre mixture of the future and the past coming around the corner. You know, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish allowed. In the Apple store. Is that where it ends? I don't know when I'm living. That's what I think. I don't know when I'm living. I don't know when am I. When am I? Am I in the future? Am I in the past? I can't figure out this era at all. Like I was on the Eurostar recently. I was on a train under the ocean. Do you hear me? I was on a train under the ocean with Wi-Fi. Are you getting this? I was on a train under the ocean with Wi-Fi, watching a video of a man telling me the Earth is flat. When am I? When is this? Two most popular ways of listening to music? Streaming and vinyl. What? Vinyl. Two most popular modes of transport are hoverboard and mammoth. What? Who's buying vinyl? It's everywhere as soon as you look for it, the future and the past. I was in a cafe today. A man in front of me was paying for a coffee. Said to the woman there, he goes, I'll just pay my watch. He wasn't like mental, he was going, pay my watch. He wasn't giving her the watch, he went beep. That's money, beep. I then paid for the same thing, piece of paper with the Queen's face on it, same thing. Cash, I didn't just draw one, it's cash. And nothing was weird. Everything was normal. What sort of business are you? You accept invisible watch money and Queen paper. I've lost you, fair enough. I usually lose people there. I mean, we have a Queen, that blows the whole timeline wide open, the fact that we have a Queen. Every time I think we're a modern country, I remember that we have a Queen. We have a Queen. We have a Queen. You know, a Queen. Like in Mordor, a Queen. And she has power. We justify it. We go, well, she has no power. She has power over people's lives. Do you remember that guy, Tim Peake, the astronaut? Lived on the International Space Station for 3 months. An astronaut. Is there still any job more modern, more futuristic than an astronaut? And he came back to Earth, and what's his reward? The Queen will make him a knight. I must have looked at that headline for 3 weeks. Why would an astronaut become a knight? Do you have any idea how thick we look to other countries? This is the only place on Earth where the Queen can turn an astronaut into a knight. I'm going to say that again. I really don't think you're listening. The Queen of England, a woman on a throne, turned an astronaut from space into a knight. And not only did we accept it, we viewed it as a promotion. We speculate in the newspapers, well, maybe the astronaut will become a knight. Why would an astronaut ever become a knight? I'm losing my mind on this fucking island. It doesn't go astronaut, then knight. That's not that. It goes knight, 600 years, astronaut. That's what it goes. You're a damn good computer programmer, Tim. You're the best computer programmer we've ever seen. So tomorrow you start your new job, town crier. The problem with science fiction, that's what I'm saying. Problem with science fiction. I always loved science fiction my whole life, but they always got it wrong. Because they always showed all this incredible modern stuff, which we now have. What they never showed was all the crap from the past to still be clogging up the system. You know, there's no episode of Star Trek where they find asbestos on the Enterprise. You know? Future and the past. Everyone's in one of those factions. Everyone. I always thought I was in the future faction. That's what I always thought. I'm a modern man, you know, but I don't know. I must be wedded to the past on some level. I must be. I've still got a Hotmail account. Yeah, I'm on Hotmail still. I'm loyal. Anyone here on Hotmail? Genuinely, you're on Hotmail. Welcome, honestly. It is so rare that Amish people come to comedy. Thank you so much for being here. Are you about my age? Are you similar age to me? No, not at all. How old are you? Far beyond my age. Cool. Great spirit. All I remember is when I was 14 years old. 14 years old, that's how long I've had this thing. 14, we were put into a shit computer room in our school, and the lesson was get a Hotmail account. That was the whole lesson. That took an hour. And then all my friends changed theirs. Of course they did. You're 14, you choose something so juvenile, you have to change it. You can't apply for a job if your contact is bonerbitch2k@hotmail.com. But I'm loyal to Hotmail. I'm loyal. Hotmail are interesting. They're making a lot of claims at the moment. They made one recently where they said, Hotmail are the only email provider who will never sell your data. Which is, I mean, that would be so great, wouldn't it, if anyone cared about their data. I mean, if anyone even knew what that meant, what a great gesture, because no one cares. No, we're told every day to care. You should be pissed off. Companies are stealing your data from Facebook. They're using it to manipulate elections. No, but people were more pissed off when you two gave them an album. Right, that was it. But that was a violation. But I care. I care because of my situation. Because whenever there's a breach, a big data breach, every 6 months they seem to be happening now, we get all the emails, we get all the regular emails from regular companies that we sign up to. So, your privacy is paramount to everyone here at Deliveroo. Is it really? What a claim from Deliveroo. A company that once posted a cheese toastie through my letterbox. What a claim. But as I said, I've had the same email address since I was 14, so I get thousands of emails. Thousands. Everything I've ever signed up for in my life comes through. Whole eras of my life I'd forgotten about, or frankly wanted to forget about. Your privacy is paramount to everyone here at the Lost Profits merchandise store. Please. Please let me forget, please. It's interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? It's interesting just how many companies have my email address. How many companies I've given my email address to. It shows how quickly our relationship with the internet has changed. Because once so long ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there'd be stuff in the news, stuff in the papers, every day going, don't put any personal details on the internet. Don't give them your real name. Don't even look at it, you swine. And now, I mean, I don't know about you, I'm at a point where I am actively annoyed if I have to type in my whole bank card number. What do you mean you don't have all my bank details on site? What sort of evil corporation are you? That's how fast it changes. But it's Facebook. They get the main one. Zuckerberg's in court right now. Zuckerberg, I mean, always. Is he always going to be in court? Mark Zuckerberg. Do you know what the truth? I feel sorry for Mark Zuckerberg. I really do. I feel very sorry for him. Because first of all, with Facebook, it's free. It's free. Really? Do you think you get anything in this life for free without a sinister motive? Honestly. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I feel sorry for him. Because he gets all the blame, Mark Zuckerberg. He gets all the blame. Not Facebook, not the idea of data harvesting, him personally. They called him paranoid in court yesterday. Yesterday, you're paranoid, sir. It's like, yeah. I'd be paranoid if I was Mark Zuckerberg. Wouldn't you? He was 19 years of age when he founded Facebook. 19. By the time he was 25, a Hollywood film came out where the plot was Mark Zuckerberg is a cunt. Like, of course he's paranoid. But everyone says you've got to quit Facebook. Quit Facebook. Very noble thing to do, by the way. They're not a good company. But they're not the worst. That's the thing. Google, 1,000 times worse than Facebook. 1,000 times. And you can't quit Google. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Lycos dog is dead. Jeeves is in a home. Where are you going to go? That's what people say. Ever heard of Bing? Ever heard of self-respect, mate? Bing. I'd rather be dead than Bing anything. No, Google. Google, most powerful entity of all time, Google. More powerful than any empire, any religion even. Everything that has ever been typed into Google is kept and it's monitored, it's observed and it's used. People find that creepy and I like it, to be honest. I find it comforting. I type secrets into Google just so somebody knows them. I've got things I have to get off my chest. I have no one to turn to. So I open my laptop. I go, one time I couldn't find a bin, so I put a pepperami wrapper in a baby's pram. Can't tell a person that. But I tell Google, because Google's my friend. Google's my best friend, probably. It probably is. What is the thing you say about your best friend? What's the thing? We finish each other's sentences. Google finishes our sentences. That is so much more fucked up than we give it credit for. It finished one of mine the other day. I had a problem. I typed into Google. I typed how do, and it knew. It knew what the problem was because it was there. It was there when I was at Tesco. It was there when I was on Amazon. It knew what I bought. It figured it out. I said, how do? And it said, you get mustard stains off Crocs? Like, it knew. It seems human, doesn't it, Google? It seems like it's alive, but it's not. It's something bigger now. It's something scarier. You can tell, there's a couple of reasons, I think. First one, the home pages they have. Every so often, they'll have a special home page that celebrates something. But it's never anything a human being would celebrate. Ever. It's never like 50 years since the Walkman, 100 years since Florence Nightingale. It's weird, specific stuff. Happy 214th birthday, Edmund Spunt. Who? They're lethal company. How do you know they're lethal? How do you know? Because they're still advertising. Google are still advertising. What is your problem, Google? Who has slipped through the net in your eyes? Who is watching an advert for Google going, Google? Jeeves, is this true? They're still advertising. Google are still advertising. Why? Who's their competition? Well, you've got to figure it out. Figure it out. Because they make McDonald's, I'm not joking, look like a small family-owned restaurant. Hand on heart. Because they own YouTube. That's the first thing you should know. They own YouTube. And I was on YouTube today, watching a video. And before the video, there was an advert for Google. There's an advert. Hey, use Google. I was like, I'm fucking here. I'm on Google. How much more can I give you? How much more of me do you want to fucking take? You've got it all, Google. You do my calendar. You take me around. You know my bank details. You've got pictures of my cock. How much more? You want my soul? They do. It's not money they want. It's something else. Because again, who's their competition? McDonald's has competition. Other places to get food, other places to get coffee. There's no competition for Google. But they advertise. Why? Because we're not doing this. 24 hours a day, we're not doing this. Any minute that we're not doing this, that is a problem. Google's competition is life. Every time you look at your kids, someone at Google gets sacked. You gotta keep an eye on them. You have to keep an eye on them. Does anyone know what Google's motto is? Don't be evil. That's right. Nothing ominous about that. Don't be evil. That's their catchphrase. They chose that. If my friend opened a restaurant, I was like, hey, Jennifer, how's the restaurant going? And she went, the key thing is we're not doing anything evil. Okay, I didn't ask, but that's where... It's not baby meat. Okay. They're trying to break him up. They're trying to break up Google. The presidential campaign, I don't know if you've been following it, or the politicians in America. They're trying to break it up. Trying to break up Google, to break up the monopoly. They'll never break it up. You'll never break it up, because it's not a physical monopoly. It's ideas. It's knowledge. That's what they've got a monopoly on. What happens if you don't know anything? You Google it. You Google it. It's a private company. They're 20 years old. How the fuck have they got this much power over us? This is how warped it is. To research this routine, I typed, what's wrong with Google, into Google. As if the answer would ever be honest. As if the answer would ever... What's wrong with us? Why, if anything, the slides in our office are too fun, you know. But that's what they do. They have slides in their office. That's how they trick it. Hey, we're Google. We have slides in our office. We're a fun company. Hoo-hey. We're Facebook. We don't wear suits. We wear hoodies. We sit on beanbag chairs. Wahoo. We're Virgin Trains. Our toilets tell jokes while you shit. Woo-hoo. All this childish stuff, this nostalgic stuff, it seems so friendly and innocent, but underneath there's a heart of darkness, I'm telling you right now. Oh, sorry, was that structure not good enough for you? Sorry, was that insane structure not good enough? Yeah, a walkout over that. No, pay attention to the structure, that's all I ask. Because we're about to go deep down into the river, deep into the Congo. There's no way back from where we're going. Because I'm in the worst situation of my life right now because of Google. I'm telling you that right now. Worst situation of my life. I'll start by saying, I hate my name. I hate my name, Shawn McLoughlin, because it's too Irish for someone that isn't Irish. You know? My dad's Irish, I love the Irish people, but Shawn Joseph Patrick McLoughlin is my name. I may as well be called Spud Plough McGelduff. But I never knew anyone else called Shawn McLoughlin. Turns out there's a lot of us, and they're all more successful than me. Now, there's this new thing in life called a YouTube gamer. Right, and if you don't know what that is, I'll explain it to you. You might feel pretty confused. Basically, it's a teenager who plays video games, boop, 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 films himself playing on it and comments on it. They go, wow. Wow, that's it. That's all they do. And they put these films on YouTube and millions of people watch them. Millions. The people who make them are rich, they are famous, but only in the under 12s age bracket. And the most popular one in the world, his real name is Shawn McLoughlin. And his fans think that it's me. And our fan bases, they don't mix. They don't mix. For a start, his exists. But bit eager to laugh there, weren't you, for people who are here? I've got fans. I admit that. I've got a fan base. It's small, but they're loyal. Yeah, I mean, they're scum. I'm not saying they're nice. They're real troglodyte my fans are like what the disciples would be if Jesus turned water into meth. But that's what my fans are. And his fans are kids. His fans are sweet, innocent kids. Basically, my fans are all people who've been denied custody of his fans. It's kind of how I view it. The other Shawn McLoughlin. The other Shawn McLoughlin, or as my agent has started calling him, the real Shawn McLoughlin. His fans think I'm him. So I'm now getting all these messages every day meant for him. Messages from, 9 or 10-year-old girls. And he's their idol. He's their first crush. They're having feelings towards him. They don't realise how adult these feelings are. Do we all know where I'm going with this? I'm in the worst situation of my fucking life because every morning my Facebook inbox is flooded with weird, borderline erotic messages from, there's no easy way to say this, horny 9-year-olds. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm on some algorithm somewhere. They're going to contact the police. The police are going to say to me, you're a paedophile. I go, I'm not a paedophile. I'm the opposite of a paedophile. Children want to have sex with me. I'm being groomed here. There's no number I can call. There's no adult line. There are adult lines. I'm not going to call them to stop people thinking I'm a perv. Bang to rights, they got me, bang to rights. You go, oh really, innocent are you? Then why are you still in contact with the Lost Prophets merchandise store? Please. Shawn McLoughlin. My name. My beautiful name. I thought it was mine. I thought it was my name to make, but it's his now. He won. Fair enough. Shawn McLoughlin's a YouTube gamer. He beat me. He beat all of us. All the Shawn McLoughlins. It's not just me and him. There's a whole league table of Shawn McLoughlins. I'm not even second. I'm fourth. Genuinely, what I'm about to tell you is true. Number 1, Shawn McLoughlin, YouTube gamer. Number 2 on the list, Professor Shawn McLoughlin, head of Islamic Studies at the University of Leeds. Number 3, Shawn McLoughlin, left back who just signed for Liverpool Football Club. Number 4, me. What a career. Because it's fun talking to you this evening. I think most of you are enjoying it, but I know in my heart of hearts at least a couple of you are here for a different Shawn McLoughlin. To be honest, at least it's only a couple of you. I've been touring this show recently, and on some nights I walk out to just a bizarre tapestry of 10-year-old girls, Muslim clerics, and disgruntled Scousers. That gig is unplayable. YouTube gaming. It's affected me, YouTube gaming. It's had an impact on me, not just because I might be going to prison soon, because it's what it represents. It represents the world moving past me. Because the world moves past all of us, we just never know why. And I think YouTube gaming Here's what I feel about it. I understand it, but it is the last thing that I'll ever understand. Because I've got a cousin, he's into it. I asked him what it was about. I was like, well, what's that you're watching? He went, it's a teenager playing video games on YouTube. He's rich and famous. And I got it, but I only just got it. You know? In 10, 20 years, there's going to be a new thing that emerges, and I'm going to have no idea what they're talking about. Say, what's that you're watching? It's a horse doing yo-yo on Instagram. He's the Prime Minister. I'm going to just sit on an armchair just going, where's Bradley Walsh? My wife has it even worse. My wife has it even worse. Because her name is, genuinely, Alexa. And people can't handle that. Every day, what's your wife's name? Alexa. Like the Amazon product? No, like the name. It's a name, you twerp. Why are you going to the product first when it's a name? Like, fair enough if you said, what is your wife's name? And I said, my wife is called Dyson Airblade. Like the product. Yeah, like the product. But we live together, me and her. Our neighbours, they don't know her name's Alexa. They're thinking about the product first as well. I don't know what sort of life they think I'm leading, hearing me through the walls. Every day they just hear these weird commands coming through. Alexa, why do you always undermine me? Alexa, why aren't the dishes done? Alexa, the condom split. Is there anything in you? What is he doing? Then my wife comes home and they hear it all again. Yes! That's stand-up comedy! That's why we're here! I was fucking the robot the whole time! Did you see that, Eva Braun? Love wins, you fuck! Do you think there's a market for this show? My wife. She didn't worry about the world moving past her. She didn't worry about that. She didn't worry about any of the stuff I worry about. Why should she? She is a 25-year-old Canadian woman. Is there anything on this earth that it is better to be right now than a 25-year-old Canadian woman? Every part of that sentence is opportunity. I'm a 30-year-old British man. Every part of that sentence is decline. She is a Japanese bullet train hurtling to the future. I'm a retired greyhound coughing onto a boarded-up Woolworths. I love her so much. I love her so much. I don't like saying people are too good for other people, but she must never find out who I am. Never. Are you serious? She speaks 3 languages and she dresses well. I speak 0.7 languages. And my backpack's got cum on it. It's not my cum. I don't know whose cum it was. It came with the bag. I love her. I love her so much. I love everything about her. That's the truth. I love everything about my wife. Absolutely. Even the stuff I don't love, I love. Like, she has this game she plays. And I don't like it really, but I know she's thinking of me when she does it. And so I don't... To be honest, I don't even know really if you call it a game. Basically, every time she sees a dog with a bigger penis than me, she texts me a photo. Is that a game? But I don't mind. Because it's love. And love is powerful. Love is powerful. I didn't realise how powerful it was to be in love like this, but fuck me, it changes things. It destroys empires. Ruins buildings. I'm not the man I was before I met her. I'm not the man. Like, I never wanted kids, for example. Never wanted kids, couldn't wait to hit 30 and get a vasectomy. Cut that cock right off. And now, I can't wait to have a baby with this woman. I can't wait. I dream about it. I've even started thinking of names. If it's a girl, Claire. If it's a boy, Spud Plow. Yeah, it's gonna... She's the reason I can't hate Zuckerberg. I think it is her. I do think it's her. Because what you have to understand is we were long distance for the first year. We were long distance. And so what would we have done without Mark Zuckerberg? What would we have done without the technology he brings? Written each other letters? Gone down the post office and queued up with all the other fucking junkies? No. We had WhatsApp, we had Instagram, we had Facebook. These incredible, miraculous things. And they're all Zuckerberg companies. He owns all of them. I mean, say what you want about the guy, but these three, they are legitimate miracles. They are, like in the biblical sense, they help the blind to see, they help the mute to speak. I mean, I don't know if Zuckerberg is Jesus, but let's not rule anything out. All right, we're going to walk past this routine. I really don't think I've earned you enough. We were long distance, and then we moved straight in. We moved straight in from long distance, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And it is brilliant. But I am unraveling. I'm unraveling. Because the real me is coming further and further into her vision. Here's the thing. Online, we were a long-distance couple, and online, you can kind of be someone else. You know, and you can say things to other people and project certain images. And there's a few things I said to her that I would say aren't strictly true. Nothing bad, but you know, now she was someone who's in a screen, and now she's someone who's in my life, and I have to make peace with her. Like, she still thinks I'm the bass player from Travis. I don't know. I don't know how long I can keep this up. The real me is coming further and further into her vision. Like, she works so hard, and she comes home from work every day, and she goes, "What'd you do today?" And I go, "Nothing," because that's better than the truth. I can't tell her the truth. Okay, what did I do today? I was on eBay for 6 hours. I was bidding on a roll of sellotape allegedly found in Bin Laden's compound. This is who I am. I don't want her to see the real me. Because I'll tell you what I see in her. I look at her and I see someone who has used every ounce of their potential. Every ounce. She is 25 years of age. I'd have killed to be like her when I was in my 20s. She's happy. She's hygienic. She's shacked up with a platinum-selling bass player. You know, she's... My 20s were a mess, they really were. I didn't do a good job. Let me just check the time. Great, I've got enough time to tell you this. You're a great crowd, I just want to say that. Really, what a pleasure it is to perform to you. I mean that. Because it's true. But also, I do need some goodwill in the room. There's a bit coming up that could be perceived as racist. So let's... It's not. All right, let's... talk about my youth. There's two things you lose when you're young. There's two things you're meant to lose when you're young. There's your faith and your virginity. Those are preferably not at the same time. How was that for you? There's no God. I lost my virginity as a teenager, when a lot of people do, in a tent, if you must know. I lost my faith much later. It was a much harder nut to crack. I think it's because I was raised Catholic. Was anyone here raised Catholic? So you were. Oh wow. Do you still believe? Well, no. Oh. Fair enough. You want to go to hell? That's your prerogative. It's absolutely fine. No, genuinely, it is. This gig will at least acclimatise you to the conditions. You know. Just heat and Nazis. I'm sort of jealous of people who... I think it's a very powerful idea to get rid of the Catholic idea of God. I think it's very powerful. Do you not think? You don't think it's hard? No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, if you apologise and repent your sins, God will forgive you. That is a powerful idea. It really is. That's why I apologise all the time. It's my Catholic side coming out. I'm pathetic. I'm always like that. I'm sorry. You know. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had eczema. Sorry, I didn't know there was a baby in there. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Senor Energy Man. Shawn is not here. I am, how you say, butcher. I will tell that gringo you came by. Muy bien. That's why Catholics say the Hail Mary. If you didn't know, Hail Mary, it's the Catholic prayer of forgiveness. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. 8 sentences long. Basically sums up the entire faith. The entire Catholic faith. Well, I think probably comes down to 2 core ideas, really, at its core, which is that everyone makes mistakes and everyone deserves another chance. Which is a pretty good way to live life, regardless of what you think of the church. It's a pretty good way to live life, that. It's definitely the opposite of how I live my life. I live my life more on I'm amazing. Why is everyone such a wanker forever? You know? But I'm saying this stuff because I think my faith may be returning to me. There's something happening in my head. There's a couple of reasons why. I'll sort of go into them. First one is, I reread the Bible last year. I reread the Bible. And a lot of stuff gets said about the Bible. Let me tell you something I don't think gets said enough. It is a riveting read. It is riveting. The language is poetic, the characters are flawed and intertwined, the imagery, the ideas. Christianity is not a religion. It is a book club that got out of hand. You know? Aren't they all in a way? Like, it's the great mystery of humanity, don't you think, the Bible? Is it real? Is it made up? Both answers are amazing. Both. Either it all happened and that's one thing, or it was made up. And I hope to God the Bible was made up. Because if the Bible was made up, it's without any shadow of a doubt the greatest work of art that humans have created. Without any shadow of a doubt. 2,000 years old, we got it right. First time. No other creative endeavour has inspired that much love, that much devotion, that much anger. No one has ever said, Back to the Future is so good, I will murder anyone who disagrees with me about it. No one straps a bomb to their stomach and goes, this is in the name of Chandler Bing! You know? Like, we have priests and nuns because of the Bible. That is how good this book is. I think comedy is art. I don't think comedy will ever attain that level of art. Ever, ever. Hey, was Sean McLoughlin funny last night? Funny? I'll never have sex again. I'm going to Africa tomorrow to talk to them about Sean McLoughlin. I'm bringing him to Uganda. No, the Bible gets a kick in the Bible. It really does. But it's a good book. It is a good book, and that's why there's so many different versions of it, so people can share those stories with their communities. And everybody has their own Bible. Be you Coptic, Ethiopian, Lad. You know, there's Bibles really. And I do find it not frustrating. It's odd how so many people I know, smart people. Their opinions of the Bible have been dictated by the people who understand it the least. Because you get these groups, you get them in America, you get them over here, and they've read the Bible. They've read all 1,000 pages of the Bible. They know what God was trying to say. They could sum it up in 3 words. And they put those 3 words on their placards. And they stand outside the school and it just says, God hates fags. Fascinating, these people. Fascinating. I just want to know what they think other books are about. Like, if they hated the Harry Potter series, what would be on those placards? You know, broomsticks are expensive. There's homophobia in the Bible. Of course there is. I'm not going to say there isn't, but the book is 2,000 years old. It's still less homophobic than the average Adam Sandler film. It's a book about decency, I think, at its core. Forgiveness. Turn the other cheek. Be charitable. Find common ground with your fellow man. It's not bad. These aren't bad ideas. You know, you want to sum up the Bible in 3 words, you choose something positive. Choose something uplifting. Don't choose 3 words that are heinous. Choose something... How about don't be evil? How about that? Put that on your placards. That's right. That's the second reason why my faith has come back. Because the argument against God was always the same, and it always made sense. Always. It was always, you're an idiot if you believe in God. You're a fool, sir, if you believe in God. You really think there's some all-powerful being who's everywhere, and they know where you are, and they can always hear you, and they know your darkest desires. That's just Google I described, isn't it? Did I just describe Google? Google is God. Google is God. We killed God, and then we replaced it with something far more powerful and far less accountable, I might add. Genuinely, Google and the Catholic Church are so similar. You'd be surprised. They're both very secretive. They try and do good. They fall on their own weight. They don't pay a penny in tax. But But at its core, the Catholic Church wants people to be good. Fundamentally good. What does Google want? What does it want? It wants to sell us shit. That's all it wants to do. But it's God. Google is God. It's technology, religion, future and the past. Symmetry. And I'm not, who am I saying? I'm not better than... Am I better than anyone? I'm still on Twitter, I'm still on Facebook, I'm on all that stuff. If you want to contact me directly, by the way, I'm on the Daniel Bedingfield Shot 2pack at hotmail.com. What's he got to get through? Maybe there is still salvation in this world. We killed the gods, but maybe the new ones will bring us something good. Like you think about our old friend Mark Zuckerberg. You think about him. Because we're going to keep hitting this guy. We are going to keep hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. And one day he might just snap. He might just give us what we want. He might walk out onto his front lawn and go, "You hate me? Fine. You gave me all your data? You fucking gave it to me, remember? Well, you don't want me to have it anymore? Okay, I'll give it back." And he'll go to a massive hard drive he has in his house. And he'll press a button. And he'll release everything. Everything he's got on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram. He'll go, "Here you go. You want it back? Here's all your data. Here's all your secrets. Here's every late night WhatsApp message you've ever sent. Here's every drunken Facebook message you've ever sent. Here's what everyone at work really calls you. Here's what all your family think of you. Here's all your secrets. You wanted it? Also, here's your genitals. Here's every picture I've got. Here's your dad's dick. Here's your old math teacher's vagina. You want it? Here it is." And he'll release everything. Everything released. A moment of total absolution. And we won't even know where to begin with the amount of information we receive about each other. How can we process that? What? Mary isn't vegan and hates Muslims? What? Everyone knows I shat my pants at the fax machine. That lanky comedian wasn't Lionel Messi. Everyone will know it. Everyone. And we'll just run out into the town square and we'll just look at each other. Everyone will know each other's secrets. Everyone will know each other's business. And for the first time in history, no one will have the high ground. No one. And people will try and claim it. They always do. Like first, a politician will stand up and say, "Well, what I think we should do is," and everyone will go, "Why should we listen to you? We all know you shagged that duck." And then an academic will stand up and will say, "Why should we listen to you? We all know your favourite film is Boss Baby." And then a handsome man will stand up and will go, "Why should we listen to you? We all know you're not really the bass player from Travis." And what do we do in that moment? What do we do? Do we relearn those old ideas? Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone deserves another chance. Or do we do the one thing we're so fucking good at? Do we find someone to blame? Zuckerberg. We find Mark Zuckerberg. We find out where he lives. God shows us through his maps. And we go to his house and we drag him outside and we make him take that massive hard drive with him. It caused us so many problems, so we make him carry it on his back through the city. And the crowd roars as we rip off his clothes and someone fashions him a hoodie of thorns. And in the end, we scream, the horror, as we string him up and we kill him. We crucify Mark Zuckerberg, this humble Jew. He performed many miracles. He acquired many followers. He upset the elders of the day. And in the end, he dies because of our sins. Thank you very much for coming, guys.